All right, so welcome to another episode of the Grindhouse Podcast. I'm your host, Edwin Cabrera. Across the screen from me is my guy, Chris Martin, aka Critter. What's up, bro?
What's going on? Just real quick before we get in today's episode, as always, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It helps us out a lot. Also, tell your friends about us. Also, if you want merch, you can always hit us up in the DM, and we can get you some merch.
Pop the merch, bitch. Pop the merch. Look at this shit. We got the Grindhouse hoodies on deck. Get that Grindhouse hoodie. What's the fucking the URL for the hoodies there?
So the site isn't up yet, but if you do want something, we can definitely make that happen.
All right, word.
Until the site is launched. So
word. All right, we'll get you Grindhouse hoodies. Grab the mic hat. We got like a mug if you want a mug. If you need like a coffee mug for whatever reason, you just lost yours. Like your dog broke yours. Get yourself the Grindhouse mug.
Exactly. And we also have a new hoodie that I haven't posted yet. But it's basically the hoodie that I'm wearing, but it's in blue. So that'll be we'll get some pictures soon of that and hopefully get things rolling. So
yeah, it's hoodie season, man. It's the best time to cop a new hoodie. So definitely shop your way with us and get a Grindhouse hoodie, man. Represent.
Exactly. Rep us, please.
So we got a fantastic episode for you guys today. It's a sidebar. We got no guests, but we're going to be talking about some hip hop topics that have happened throughout the last couple of weeks. And so we got another sidebars for you. Critter, where do we want to start?
Get into it. Do we want to start with news? Do we want to start with reviews? We got quite a few reviews. Not so much.
Let's start with the reviews because like the news is like meh. I don't want to start with that piece of shit news.
I mean, we could start with the piece of shit news and then
I don't want to start. Nah. We'll just like quickly pass along the piece of shit news.
All right, cool. All right, let's jump into it then. What do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about that Mike L video. Mike L just dropped a video. Mike L had a big weekend.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously we can get into the movie stuff later in the pod. But man, he's had quite the week. And
the Process just came out, over the weekend. Well, it came out, but it's no longer out. So if you miss your opportunity to watch the movie, then you just gotta wait until the movie comes out again. But the movie was out this weekend as a special online screening. Crit and I watched it. We're going to give our review of the movie later on. But, one thing that I can say is Mike L did his thing throughout the movie. He plays a central character in the film. And not only
First time acting, too, and he fucking killed it. So
absolutely annihilated it. Not only that, but he just released a new record called Still Getting Paper. And most importantly, he's bringing new life into this world. So I just want to congratulate Mike L for all of his successes, man. He's been doing big things. Yeah. It's definitely been a big weekend for him.
Yeah. It was dope to see him drop some music. He's great at what he does.
Yeah.
A lot of people, obviously, they know him as a producer,
mm-hmm.
But dude can rap his ass off. So shout out to him. He did a visual with the song. So, definitely check that out.
Yeah, shout out to Nikki Clips for shooting that. Nikki Clips has been hot. He's been hot, man. He's been riding a hot hand, man. He's out here working. So shout out to Nikki Clips for putting in all the work and putting these artists on, man.
Yeah.
Sure. Just back to Mike L real quick. I've been excited to like listen to some Mike L because I've been following Mike L since the making of The Process, which was The Process was shot last year. And, I met him then and I just was curious about his music. Cause I love his beats, but he told me he rapped and I was just like, I want to hear, I can't wait to hear
he's a dope rapper
raps. And this weekend I got it all. Cause he's rapping in the movie. He's rapping in the movie. Like he has a whole scene where he's just in the booth rapping. And then, he comes out with this record after the movie, so the movie on Sunday night at 11:30, it stopped being able to show. And then he dropped the video. It was a little, smart little roll up from Mike L, but the video looked fun. It was like that party video, having a good time.
Some summer vibes there.
All the Lynn, who's who showed up in the video, so it was cool to see all the who's who in Lynn hip hop, just like always supporting each other, always coming up to each other's videos.
Love
It looked like another fun one, and it was
Yeah, for sure.
definitely if you ever met Michael, he brings those like good vibes. So it's like I think it's a good video to start with, is bringing that good charming personality of his into a party atmosphere like that. So
yeah, man. I hope to see more from him. Yeah, super fucking cool. So definitely check that out. Give it a listen.
Yeah.
Do we want to stick with local? Do we want to talk about Wst
Let's do
Taylors?
Ocean,
Cool.
you mean Ocean Parkway?
Yeah.
Not just West, it's the crew, bro. It's the crew.
Yeah, it's a compilation. I think that's
man.
Think that's what it is. It's a
Speaking of people, just going from the conversation of like, producers who you've been waiting to like hear rap, or like, producers who like as producers who like, are rapping.
who are stepping out
Twin was
and
rapping on
rapping.
this, man. That was crazy
Yeah,
to hear. I don't think I've heard him rap on a record before. I could be wrong about that. But he had a
I
couple
think he
songs.
was on a song. Sanita just dropped a new album, and
Word.
I believe he was on one of the songs.
Word.
He showed up there too, yeah, man, it's definitely like cool to see producers like stepping out and rapping.
Yeah.
It's also like, back to Mike L, he does like engineering, all that shit too, so it's just like makes sense, but yeah.
Ocean Parkway, talk about it.
Let's get into it. Super fucking cool record. Grindhouse got a shout out on one of the songs. What song was it? Is it
Ganda?
Ganda. Okay. That was a nice little surprise. Obviously, like everyone kind of knows, like we're friends with Wes, so yeah, great record, dude. Everyone's on it. Like Nasty Niles on it, Twin, like T-Bone, everybody like showed up on that record.
Yeah.
So
T-Bone. Well, T-Bone's been rapping for a while. I think I just know T-Bone more through his beats. So like I know when I was first introduced to T-Bone, he was introduced himself as a rapper and as a producer. But it's good to hear him and Twin on the same album, both rapping and doing a pretty good job of it. Twin, I realized, because Twin is related to SD Nack. He comes from that lineage, and I felt the influence of that type of like rapping on the record, especially like Ganda. Like I definitely felt that in. And what was the record before Ganda? I'm forgetting now. Was it like I don't know how to say it. LYK. Likick? I don't know. I'm butchering that. It's probably in the song somewhere, but he did his thing on both records. Just I definitely recognize the lineage of influence in his music. So shout out to Twin for doing this thing, and just bringing his on to the record. Shout out for Wes, because he's throughout this project, and also like shouts us out on the Ganda song. And now you see Lowe's on it. Khalil Jacobs is on it. Cashy 2 times.
Yep.
Nasty Now, as you said. Scammy's on it. Mac Dolo's on it. Great fucking lineup of people. And I'm really glad that they're all finally I'm not sure if the Ocean Parkway, I got to talk to Wes and see if that's like the collective name and who's officially in the collective. Or I'm not sure if that's just the collaborative album between Wst Taylor and T-Bone.
And also, just to be clear, so the record is called Ocean Park. It's not Ocean Parkway.
Why did I say Ocean Parkway?
I don't know. But you're saying it.
Am I thinking of like an Ocean Parkway somewhere?
I don't know. Doesn't like Lynn is like a Ocean Parkway, doesn't it?
Why did I think Ocean Parkway? I'm sorry, Ocean Park.
So yeah.
Thanks for clearing that up.
You gotta redact that. You gotta.
My bad, yo. I'm like looking right at it too, but yeah. Anyway, yo, the record's pretty dope. You guys gotta check that out. Like it's a who's who in Lynn hip hop is on it. Shout out to T-Bone. I'm pretty sure he like produced either, if not all of it, like probably a lot of it, and rapping on it. shout out to West for just, I'm sure like he had a big part in like, getting people in that room and, and doing their thing. Khalil, especially on the song Trip to Rome. That's my favorite song on the album. I'm not sure what like your favorite was, but Trip to Rome, I could really imagine that as a fun little video to shoot. I always like to think of a record as like, if you're gonna shoot a record, like how would it look, or like what record on the album would you shoot? And that Trip to Rome record, I really really like, and I hope that there's like some sort of like old school like LO Cool J like Who Shot You type like video for it, where like it's like you got all these like ensemble of like different rappers who are great in their own right on like one video. Like I wonder what that could look like, but I hope it looks like that, like like a Who Shot Yo like 1 2 3 4 or for 4 3 2 1, like the LL Cool J song with like Method Man, Redman, DMX, and all of them.
Yep.
But yeah, that Trip to Rome song, fucking loved it. Khalil did his thing on it. It sounds great. I hope that we get a nice little ensemble video for that one. What about you? What was your favorite record on the album?
I would. It's funny. I would say "Trip to Italy" is my favorite.
Trip to Italy, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one too.
Yes, it's got Kashi 2 times on there. Now You See, Mac Dolo, T-Bone. Yeah, it's a great record.
Maybe those should be the 2 records that they make videos for, because those would be good. I don't know if they can afford to go fucking, especially during these COVID times, to like just do a quick video up in Italy, go to Rome and do a video. Like, I don't know, maybe they could green screen it.
I'm sure flights are pretty cheap, so.
Flights are pretty cheap. That's true. So you just got to risk getting the vid. Because Italy was shut down for a while. So like, they, I don't know how the numbers over there look.
I don't even know if they're letting Americans in anyways. So.
For real. But it would be dope to see a video for those 2 songs, because they were great. And I feel like what I loved about Trip to Rome was like the I don't really know how you call that in rap, but the passing off of like you're rapping and then you pass it off to somebody else and they just start rapping. That song is so good for that. I love that. I love that style when you're like rapping as an ensemble and you're like kind of passing the mic to the next person and they take it and start going.
It's like a
I
cipher.
love that. I'm a sucker for that. I love that. That record's so good for that. And I can, like I said, I could definitely see a video where like you're using that type of like handoff as like a transition to the next person,
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I could see that too. Yeah, man. Honestly, I didn't even know he was dropping this like that, like that quick. Like I know he mentioned it to us when we hung out with him, but I had no idea it was dropping. So yeah, dude, I just feel like everybody. I know we talk about this a lot, but everyone's just dropping stuff, and it's all really fucking good.
Yeah, man.
So people are definitely out here working. So
working.
Yep, it's just dope to see.
Yeah, man. Keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. It's great that we're doing this, because I get to see the people who are like really putting their foot in and working and out there, and it's just like I don't know. I'm just excited for what could be. Once we like really start like doing like the elevating of where we're at now, because I feel like Lynn hip hop is at a great place now and is only like nowhere
else. There's a ton of good music.
Yeah. So I don't know. I haven't looked, because I don't really I don't have an affinity for like award shows or anything like that. But like the Boston Music Awards, like maybe we should pull that up and talk a little bit about that, because we there's some familiar names on that I actually fuck with. But I did notice that no Lynn artist was nominated for anything. And hopefully soon that changes, because I feel like
that changes.
I feel like a few of the artists in Lynn is definitely deserving of a Boston Music Award. And yeah, man, I'm just excited for what's gonna come.
Yeah, same.
You want to talk about that Benny the Butcher record you put up there?
Yeah, it's just a song. I mainly wanted to talk about it because it's cool to see like an artist like Benny like do like sort of like just Griselda as a whole, like how they like kind of always they do their own thing and they rock with like a lot of the like smaller artists. but also seeing, Benny the Butcher on a song with like Lil Wayne and Big Sean and pulled that off. And it's like that song is dope. Honestly, it's something, it's been on constant rotation for me the last like few days. But yeah, I just want to bring that up, and I just think it's cool. Have you listened to the record? The song.
I haven't. If there's a video, I haven't seen it, but I heard the song. The song's pretty good. Song's pretty good. I think it's a classic Benny the Butcher sound, and to hear like Big Sean on the verse, I thought was pretty good. I thought it was all right. I thought the song was pretty good in general. I don't know why. I don't know if this was like my like I don't know. This is not one of my Benny the Butcher songs that I'm like must listen to. I guess I didn't really like it as much as you probably did.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty good.
I also feel like I'm like a Griselda like stan.
So
like anything they put out, I'm just like oh yeah, fuck with that. So
yeah, that was all right. I don't know if I would have made that on the put that on the agenda. It wasn't that great, Critta. I'm just kidding. I don't know if you're gonna win a Grammy for the record. I'm just kidding.
No, it's just a song that I just wanted to. Yeah. I brought it up for that reason of like I just like that he can be on like that's not him selling out. He can still make a dope song with like really mainstream like artists. So
word, yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he can make like a watered down version of who he is, but only with mainstream rappers. I got you.
Damn.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't my like Benny the Butcher. Like I said, it wasn't like it was like it was a good song, but it was definitely made, like you said, probably made for like a more mainstream, approval, I guess.
Yeah.
So is that everything for reviews we got? Yeah, we do. Yeah. You want to go on to news?
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it real quick. Let's touch on it real quick. I don't want to stay on.
Yeah, I don't want to go on this for too long because I feel like we've been covering it a lot.
So just to catch you up real quick and then talk about what recently happened. Everybody knows that what happened between Meg the Stallion and Tory Lanez. Allegedly, he shot Meg in her feet. She said that he shot her in her feet. I tend to believe her. I don't know why she would be lying about something like that. There is a huge contingent of toxic people who are not believing her side of the story for whatever like reason. And I tried to figure out what that reason is. And the only thing I come up with is just you're a Tory Lanez stan and you don't want to believe it's true. It's kind of like with Trump supporters, how like anything that he does, it kind of just like flies off of them because like people love him too much to really admit that he's just a piece of shit. I feel like the same thing is happening with Tory, where people don't want to believe what Meg is saying and are holding out hope that somehow Tory Lanez is innocent. But the proof is in the pudding. He did it. It looks like he did it. Meg said he did it. He's now recently been charged by the police for doing it. I know, there's a whole trial process that needs to be involving, innocent until proven guilty and all that. Yeah. But I think it's pretty safe to assume that he has something to do with the shooting of Meg the Stallion. And I don't condone violence against women at all. I definitely don't condone shooting a woman. And I just don't understand why in this culture people feel the need to like make fun of that. And like, yeah, I just like just the amount of time that I've seen people like posting something like Marcus the Stallion or something like that. Like, just it's just I don't know. People are pretty fucking heartless, man. But I'm just glad that some charges have been brought up against him, and hopefully he gets what he deserves, which is any sort of punishment for what he did if he did do it.
Yeah, and he faces like 22 years in prison if found guilty. So definitely
you don't do that and do what Tory is doing, by the way, which is like releasing an album about it, getting publicity, pretending like he's innocent, not really apologizing for what he's done, and shooting and clapping back at people who are standing up for Meg the Stallion. You don't get to do that, And you know, it just it's for me that, I mean, this is like probably one of the uglier sides of hip hop, where like in hip hop, what's great about it is hip hop is open. It's an open community. You know, it's one of the few like cultures out there that, like, you know, if you are an ex-con, you're not looked down upon in any sort of way. You know, you're looked at as an equal. People don't treat people, you know, based off of like their education or like, you know, what college they came from. It's not elitist in that way at all. Hip hop is probably the least elitist, you know, like form of art out there. And I don't. The only thing that I feel like I have a problem with in that sense is like when somebody who's a really big piece of shit is getting that pass, is using that open pass that hip hop has, you know, and allowing it to continue their careers, you know, without disregard for what they did, you know, or without regard for what they did. So I don't know. It saddens me what happened with the whole situation, but it saddens me even more to see how the people reacted to the situation. And I don't know. I'm done talking about it, really.
Yeah. No, I feel like we've exhausted talking about it. Yeah, I feel like the last few sidebars we've had to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of like, it's not the finishing piece, but this is like he's now been charged. So whatever shit he was pleading about not having anything to do with it, well, clearly the police
They had
know
enough
more
evidence
than
to,
you know than
yeah,
you think they know, and they've found enough evidence to charge you with something. So I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, moving on from that,
Moving
I,
on.
want to touch on because I mentioned it earlier, the Boston Music Awards. I actually have the list of nominees of the Boston
Yeah,
Music
I
Awards.
was also just looking at them.
So
I,
as I said before, it doesn't look like anybody from Lynn, and some of the people I don't know, maybe they are from Lynn, but it doesn't look like there was any Lynn nominees. But we do have our homies from Van Buren nominated for a few things on
yeah.
this. So I'm gonna go through the list of nominations, at least when it comes to hip hop, and then we can discuss from there.
Okay.
And also, you know, this is a good time. I guess I should say, if you should vote. Like if you know, fuck with Boston music and you listen to Boston artists, maybe not Lynn artists because there's no Lynn artists nominated this year. Hopefully next year that changes. But if you
Yeah.
fuck with Boston artists, there's a good list of Boston artists who've been nominated this year. So go out and vote if you feel so inclined. So for artist of the year, and I'm gonna butcher some of these people that I'm not familiar with, and I apologize. But Ann Jimily, is that how you say that? You think? I gotta look that person up. I don't know. That name sounds like they they make good music. You come up with a name like Anjamili, must be good. Anjamal?
And Jamal sounds.
Anjam. Let's go with Anjamal. I feel like an idiot, but you know, I don't claim to know every artist under the sun in Boston, but Anjamal, we'll say. And so yeah, so sorry, just looking at the Anjamal's like profile. So Anjamal Bia, who's obviously probably one of the bigger nominations on this list because Bia's kind of like popping off right now.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
Claro, Cliff Notes, Joyner Lucas, who's another one that's like, you know, if they like, that's a tough one because Joyner is probably the most successful out of this list. So it's like, I wonder where they're gonna lean in that if he just automatically wins just because his name is so big. Latrell James, Leo the Kind, Millie's, Paris, and the Ballroom Thieves. So we know a lot of people on those on that list. Um,
Yeah.
and I'm curious to see where they're gonna lean. I will say, me personally, if I was gonna nominate or who I'm gonna vote for off the list, I'm probably gonna go with Latrell James. I feel like Latrell James has been a huge fixture in Boston hip hop music, and you know, he's one of those people where you hear his name around everywhere. You know, I even hear him like, you know, with like Van Buren, with people in Boston. He's just been doing his thing. He makes really good music, and you know, to see him be recognized for that would be great. So I'd be voting Latrell James on that one. What about you?
I would say Latrell or honestly, yeah, or Joyner.
Mhm.
You know, Joyner's had a good year. Well, good couple of years at least.
I just don't think. I think my thing with Joyner, and I don't want to like disrespect Joyner because I have a lot of love and respect for Joyner Lucas. I just don't think that the album that he released last year was particularly like good.
Yeah.
That's my own personal preference. Like I love Joyner Lucas and his music. I just didn't think that album was great. And like that's really how I feel about that. So that's why I'm leaving Latrell James.
That's fair. Also, like, I would love to see Latrell James win, just because, um, like, obviously this isn't a knock on him, but like he's up against some like really massive artists. Like
Yeah.
think of Bio. I mean, she's on the radio all the time, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would just like to see him win. I think that would be fucking dope.
All right, new artist of the year. So we just talked about artist of the year. This is new artist of the year. So we have 8-Zip, All the Time Always, Cake Swag, Gish, Hyber, Kaylee Fetterman, our boy Luke Bars,
Yep,
Maya Lucia, Pillbook, and our boy Saint Leor. So shout out to Van Buren for having 2 nominees on that category.
Yeah, I feel like they're all over this thing.
Like, yeah, they are. They are.
Know?
And we'll talk more about Van Buren after this because I have more to say about Van Buren. But yeah, good list of artists, good list of new artists. I'm saying, and shout out to Luke Bars and Saint Leor, but I think I'm gonna go for Luke Bars on that because his album really, really, really kind of like it's one of those records that I always throughout the whole year I've been going back to.
Honestly, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I would go Luke Bars and then Saint Leor.
You can't vote for 2, can you? Oh yeah, I guess you can. But what's your you give us like a direct, give us one.
Well, no, I said Luke Bars. And then
Okay.
my second choice would be Saint Leor.
No second choices. No second choices. One vote. One vote.
All right, Luke Bars.
All right, Luke Bars. All right, album of the year. We got Austin Fair, Pioneer, Cliff Notes, Where the Wild Things Are, I believe, is Cliff Notes. Like they have it here as Why the Wild Things Are, but
yeah,
I gotta look that up. I thought that they might be right. Why the Wild Things Are, Luke Bars, Good Evil, Mall Cops, We Made Plans to Self-Destruct, and Return to the Stars, Optic Bloom, Space Garden, Red Shadies, Red Shades. Sorry, that's another one I'm butchering. Feel the Aura, Sasha Sloan, Self Portrait, Squirrel Flower, I Was Born Swimming, Saint Leor, If My Sins Could Talk, and then the Ballroom Themes, I'm Lovely. So again, a couple, Saint Leor and Luke Bars showing up on another category.
Again.
And I'm gonna say on this one again, I'm gonna have to vote for Luke Bars, Good Evil, because of the same reason I said before. That album for me, I just keep coming back to.
Yeah, I'm with you on that again. I listen to that record still. Yeah, it's a fucking dope record. So definitely has my vote.
And yeah, I'm wrong. It's totally why the Wild Things Are by Cliff Notes. I thought he was I know he's ripping that from Where the Wild Things Are, but for whatever reason I thought it was Where the Wild Things Are. It's Why the Wild Things Are by Cliff Notes. All right, Song of the Year. Let's go for Song of the Year. So we got Angemile again with Maker, Bia with Cover Girl, Cliff Notes and Defraze with Voodoo Doll featuring Latrell James, House of Harm, Vicious Pastimes, Jasmine Red, We Gon' Make It, Luke Bars, Die With Pride, Paris, Dead Weight, Saint Leor, Gossip, STL Gold, My Block, and Squirrel Flower, Headlights. Okay, I hate to look like a Luke Bars dick rider here, but I'm gonna just go with Luke Bars again. Die With Pride is like it's my favorite song on the album. It's my favorite song on an amazing album. So yes, I'm gonna go for Luke Bars. So that's 3. So for me, that's Luke Bars is sweeping this.
I also have to go with Luke Bars on this. Yeah, Die With Pride is a great song.
let's see if there's any other. All right, this is one with I guess I don't have to dick ride Luke Bars on because he's not nominated in this category. Video of the year: Alex Hudson, Zebra featuring Cliff Notes. Side note: I actually took Alex Hudson class. I'm sorry, not a Alex Hudson class. I took a class with the guy who shot the video for this Alex Hudson song, and he was great. I did like a After Effects class. I'm forgetting who the teacher was, but he was the director of this music video. So congrats to him for getting nominated for Video of the Year for it, because it is a great video. Alex Hudson, Zebra featuring Cliff Notes. Bad Rabbits, WWYD, What Would You Do? Coral Moons, Winnebago. Haley Sabella, Flew the Nest. Joyner Lucas, Revenge. Millie, Stay for a While. Parts Per Million, 2020 Vision. Sasha Sloan Live. Super Smash Bros. New Dat featuring Luke Bars and Lord Affiliates. I was wrong. He's on this too.
He is on it.
He's on this too. Luke Bars is all over this, man. Congrats to Luke Bars for getting recognized.
Yeah, he's
Vintage Lead Draw 2. There seems I gotta go back and watch a couple of these videos. I'm curious about a couple of these videos, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I thought Joyner
video.
I thought Joyner's looked.
Joyner one.
I'm sorry, what?
I think the only video I've seen here, I think is Joyner Lucas.
And that's not even the video I would have nominated for Video of the Year. I think his Will video should have been nominated for Video of the Year.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
honestly surprised it's not up there.
Yeah, and this looks like a great list of nominees. But this one I will not be leaning towards Luke Bars and the Van Buren Boys on. I'm actually going with what I said before, the Alex Hudson music video for Zebra, with that teacher that I took a class with on After Effects that shot the director of this video. I'm going with that video. That video, he was just giving me the background of how long it took to make that video. And it's definitely one of these things where as a filmmaker, you know, you make a video out of love, even if it like means like putting more hours than you're paid for. And this is one example of that. Cause like, you know, with motion graphics work, especially for the motion graphics work done in that video, which is very heavy motion graphics work, it's time consuming. And he was just telling me about like how time consuming it was, but you know, how he was really happy with it. It actually took him a period of, I forgot, like 8 months, I think he said, because in the video, if you watch it, it goes through different seasons of the year. So it took him almost a whole year to shoot this video because he like the part of the video was transitioning through the seasons. So it's just a really well done, well planned, and well executed video. And I really do think it should win Video of the Year. What about you?
I already said this. So Joyner Lucas, Revenge, because that's the only video I've seen out of that list. So yeah, that's my only option. But
all right, well, before you cast that vote, maybe watch a few of the other nominations, because I don't even remember that Joyner Lucas video. I'm pretty sure I watched it too. Was that the one where he was like, there was like tanks and police and shit around?
Yeah.
Okay, it was all right. I can't remember that video, so I don't know if it wins Video of the Year.
Again, I mean, it's the only video I've seen out of that list.
Like I said, I feel like the Will video should be nominated. That was a standout video. I remember that video well.
Yeah.
And I probably watched both videos like once or twice. And that one stands out to me as a better video. Let's see what else we got here. I think that's it. No, I'll say one more actually. No, I'm sorry. We got a few other categories. Okay, we got like 2 other categories at least. DJ of the Year.
Slipwax is on there.
Okay, so give us the list.
Hold on. Get back to it.
All right, so I'll tell you the list. So Barely Young, DJ Outside, DJ Chubby Chub, which I'm probably like, he has his own show on Gemini for 5, so shout outs to him. And I'm sure that gives him a pretty good edge. DJ Frank White, DJ Knife, DJ Real P, DJ Ryan Brown, DJ Slip Wax, DJ Y Sham, and Super Smash Bros. I'm gonna go with DJ Slipwax just because DJ Slipwax. I mean, if you don't know, you know DJ Slipwax. Shout outs to him. He's always DJing for the rec shop, shows with the open mics, and I just feel like, that kind of engagement with just the artists, going out every week, DJing for the show where artists get to put on, just for themselves and really, develop their skills. That's dope. I gotta, every time, like, he's part of the reason why it's great to go to a rec shop show, because he's a great DJ. So I'm voting for DJ Slipwax. I think we both are, right?
Yeah. Yep, definitely going with that.
All right. So this is a pretty big category, so thankfully I didn't miss this one. Hip Hop Artist of the Year. And hopefully next year somebody from Lynn is nominated. Somebody from Lynn should have already been nominated.
For sure.
Like for example, like the fact that SD Knack is nowhere on this is like an abomination. No offense, but like
that's a fact.
He was releasing videos this year and last year. All those videos are fucking fire, and he's a fucking fire artist. How is he not? Like, I want to know. Sometimes I wonder what it takes to get nominated from this committee. Like what do you have to do to get in these people's?
Do you like submit or something? Like, what do you know that process? Like,
no, I wish I did, but I don't.
Yeah, SD had another good year, like, he was just on West Gun's new record. Obviously he was on the one previously. Yeah, man, he's doing big shit, and he definitely should have been on here,
but he's not. So I feel like we need to change that. Something needs to happen. I'll try to find out what the heck how you even get nominated, how you get in the eyes of these people. Because I think let me look at the nomination. I think there's a what? Well, let me see. Before I say it, let me see if that's true. Because I don't really look at award shit like that. But there is a music podcast of the year, and guess who didn't make it on this fucking list? Yours truly, Grindhouse Podcast. So, I don't know what it takes to get recognized by these people, but clearly there's no love for the Lynn artists at all in this.
No love for Lynn.
No love. Anyway, Hip Hop Artist of the Year, we got Bia, Cliff Notes, Cousin Stiz, Joyner Lucas, Latrell James, Lord Felix, Luke Bars, Millie's, Red Shades, and Vintage Lee. I'm gonna go with my boy Luke Bars on that again. I'm serious. I ain't dick riding. He's just that fucking good. Seriously. If you don't know already, you should have been checked out Luke Bars. So I'm gonna go with that. What about you?
That's a fact. I'm also going Luke Bars. He literally put out one of my favorite records. Of the year. So, I have to do it. I have to go with Luke Bars.
Yep. All right, let's find another category that we fuck with. Let's go with R&B Artist of the Year. So we have Sean Wire, Ava Sophia, Ava Davenport, 2 Avas, Kay, Marcella Cruz, Miranda Ray, Najee Janae, Nancia, Ray Royale, and Sleeping Bella. For this one, I'm gonna go with Sean Wire on. I fuck with Sean Wire.
Yeah, Sean Wire is fucking dope. I also would go with Sean Wire. Because what's the song called that he was on Cousin Stiz with? Can't think of it.
Man, I hate when you ask me because then you put me on the spot and I don't know it. So I'm gonna say I don't know.
But yeah, it's a really good song. That's how I got on to Sean Wire. But yeah, man, definitely another good artist that needs to be put on.
Let's see another category that is interesting. Let's see. They got a lot of categories here. So music podcast radio show of the year. Let's go with that one. So we got Above the Basement, Backpacks and Magazines, Beat Club Podcast, Boston Emissions with Angela Wood, Boston Venue, The Channel Story, Islip Boston, LFOD Radio, On the Town with Mickey D, Stuck on Stuff, and the Launchpad Jam 94.5.
Cool.
I would say I'm probably going with the Launchpad on that one.
Damn, I was gonna go with that too. Honestly, that used to be my like favorite thing to listen to.
Yeah,
like
exactly. That was
like Sunday nights when I drive home from work.
Yep.
I'd throw that on, and I had like a 40-minute commute, so like, yeah, man, because they play local artists, so you get to find some new artists and shit. So I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Launchpad for me, I love. That's one of those things because of Jammin' 94.5, and as an artist, you feel like if you made it on Jammin' 94.5, in a sense, like it's very like you feel like you made it. So I would say the Launchpad because I feel like even for us, like one of our like things that we aspire to do is like getting an artist on the Launchpad. Being responsible for like creating that. So I would say the Launchpad just because how it's regarded, at least between us, it's regarded pretty highly. So I'm gonna go with that one.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, and then last category I'll do is the music artwork of the year, and I want to do this because you'll know why when I tell you. Bethany, You Know What I Mean, Cliff Notes and D-Phrase, Social Absence, Czarface, The Odds Czar Against Us, Ash and the Isolations, Idiot Fingers, Jasmine Red, Red Revolution, Juliana Hatfield sings The Police, Luke Barr's Good Evil, Mall Cops, We Made Plans to Self-Destruct and Return of the Stars, Millie's Pandemic Pandemonium, Needle Play, Death by Detail, Luke Barr's You Win That to Me Too. I do, and it's not even like I'm dick riding. Yeah. You look at the art cover, it says everything you need to know about the album in the art cover in an artistic way.
Yes.
It literally says everything. Like it captures the album so well that it's like a visual representation of what the album is going to be. And for me, that is what takes it.
Yeah. I'm obviously going with Luke Barr's as well. The cover's fucking awesome. It's different. It's different than a lot of like what artists do here. And it I don't know, it has like, it's like a simple cover, but it also has a lot of meaning behind it too. So
yeah,
it's fucking great. And Luke takes another one.
All right, so that's it for what we're going to cover for the Boston Music Awards. But if you feel so inclined, go ahead and vote. I'll be voting. And definitely support the Van Buren boys, especially Luke Barr's. On this one, I feel like they're going to take some stuff home. And just on the Van Buren front, shout out to them. The Enterprise, which is like I believe their local paper, is recognizing their talent. They actually had like a front page cover like article on just like how much music they've been making and the fact that they're like young legends, man. They've been doing their thing in the Brockton music scene. So I'm just glad that they're getting the due recognition. And I hope that Luke Barr sweeps at the Boston Music Awards.
For sure.
Dope. You want to talk about the process? The movie?
Let's talk about the movie. The process.
All right, so obviously we're not gonna give away like every little bit of the movie, but what stood out to you about the movie? Like, what did you like?
I like the movie a lot, and I'm so impressed by Jake, and he was able to pull that off, because obviously it's like it was a lot of work, and just seeing that like a script, I read the script before it was ever made, and like being able to like see the script and then like seeing it completely like made and completed, really fucking cool. So shout out to Jake, super proud of what he made.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, and shout out to Jake because You know, I think why this movie like brings me so much pride, especially like as a filmmaker, but also as somebody who really like has a lot of limb pride, and I know Jake is one of these people also that has a lot of limb pride.
Yeah.
Is the fact that it was really great to see this quality film done about a niche that we both feel very strongly about, which is the hip hop, culture in Lynn.
Yeah.
So to see a feature length film at that, with this level of quality and care involved in the process, no pun intended, was beautiful. I think this movie looked, like a movie that you would watch on Netflix, and I hope that it winds up on Netflix or winds up on like one of the streaming services. But
Something.
like,
Yeah.
it deserves to, because I think this movie was really well done. The biggest surprise for me in this movie, two things, and I mentioned it earlier. One, Mike L's performance, outstanding. His acting
Yeah.
abilities, especially for someone who I don't believe has acted before, was amazing. I think about one scene where he like, you know, runs into some issues. I'll say that, and just the way he reacts to that in the moment, and just like capturing that feeling and emotion is like, wow, this guy actually can emote. This guy can act. So shout out to him, because I really feel like he's one of the standout people in this film that you really like walk away with like being like, wow, that dude did this thing. Um,
Yeah.
the other thing I would say is that this film is great because it's authentic. There was so much Lynn representation in it, and so much Lynn hip hop representation, that this film is super authentic, because the people involved in this film, all the extras, all the people with small speaking lines, they do have a thing, within
Yeah.
Boston, within Lynn hip hop that they do. So
Yeah.
shout out to all the, there's so many people that wound up in the film that
I mean, there are a lot of hip hop artists in
yeah.
it. So like Khalil Jacobs was in there. He did
If you want
a
to name
figure
them
eight.
all, you can. But there's so many that there's too
Yeah.
much to name.
Yeah. It
There's so
like
much to name.
like literally like every Lynn artist was in that movie.
Yeah. Wst
um
Taylor had a speaking line.
yeah.
Twin had a speaking line. I had a speaking line. I kicked
You-
somebody out of fucking line. That was great. I enjoyed that. Um, so yeah, man, the process, bro. Like, if you guys missed it, then just follow Beat Team Inspired Media, and hopefully there'll be another virtual viewing sometime soon. But shout out to
yeah.
Jake Faye for making such a beautiful, authentic film about Lynn hip hop, and putting just your money and effort into bringing that script to life.
Yeah.
I think
No, it's super impressive.
it's
To be
impressive, and
able
I
to
think
pull that off. And,
yeah, I think it's
yeah.
impressive, and it's going to inspire people. I think this is just the beginning, and I think like,
Yeah.
people, who had an opportunity to act in the film might be inspired to continue doing film, and like, this is going to open doors for other Lynn artists and Lynn filmmakers to be able to continue what Jay Fake started in here. So I'm just pretty proud of him. He did his thing and he left his mark. So yeah, shout out to the process.
Yeah. Definitely can't wait to see what also Jake's working on a new film. This is a good place to plug this. It's a documentary about Antonio Anderson. He's he was a basketball player, well, still is a basketball player. Um, his career got cut short uh, due to some health problems. But Jake's raising money right now on Indiegogo. So definitely donate if you can. I think it's a really great story, and I think it needs to be told. Just another Lynn legend.
Yeah, for sure,
Right.
man. All right, I think that's all we have for you guys today. So if you appreciate this episode, show us some love and subscribe, like, comment, buy our merch, share our shit. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you for the next one, which should be a very special episode.
Yeah.
Take care.